Well, Neal, thank you so much for joining me. Let's talk about this film, The Last Rodeo, in which you play a retired bull rider who returns to the sport after a family emergency. Give us some details as to what audiences can expect.
Well, if you're a rodeo fan, you're going to go crazy for this film because we got to use the real PBR riders. They're playing themselves in the film, which is just kind of awesome and adds such an authenticity to the film itself. But it's really a family film. It's a film that talks about real life issues that happen in families. And for me, it was very personal when I wrote it. It's all about, I went through some really hard times in my life through years ago when I wouldn't do certain things in a movie and I got kind of crucified for it and I lost everything. And then I started turning into, there wasn't a bottle of whiskey that I didn't like. And I had a really hard time. And when I came out of it, I came out of it with such an appreciation because I realized that I was making life about myself and wallowing in my self-pity. And then my wife put it to me so perfectly: you got to man up and get through this. And it was turning back to God because God's always there for us. We're not always there for him. And what happened thereafter? I mean, if you asked me 10 years ago, I'd be starring and producing and writing my own films. I thought, you're crazy. I don't have a penny right now. And to be back here where I am, talking to you, Bo, about this film, The Last Rodeo, that I wrote and produced and starred with my wife, Reve. I'm so proud of this film, but it's a film that I know the Heartland of America is going to love to see. It's something that has been lost in many years in Hollywood. They've lost the talking to the Heartland, talking about American core values. We've done some pretty dark things out in Hollywood, and I'm guilty in being part of a lot of it. And now I have the ability to make films with Angel Studios that talk about real issues. The whole family can go and see. You don't have to cover your kids' ears or eyes in any part of any of the films that we're making, and they really give glory to God. So for me, I'm so blessed to be in this position to sit here on your show and talk to you about The Last Rodeo. Is just something that's really incredible in this journey that we've had.
Well, Neal, it's interesting because, many people know you primarily as a villain, such as in Yellowstone and The Shift. But in this film, you get to be the father, the grandfather, and perhaps more importantly, the hero. And not only that, you have your first on-screen kiss with a woman. So did you relish being the good guy for once?
Yeah, well, we've the last few years through Greater and then the Warrant films and a few of these other films, I'm finally getting to play the characters that I always wanted to play. I always wanted to play the John Wayne guy. I always wanted to play the Paul Newman types of characters, but I couldn't because I won't kiss another woman. The only woman I will kiss in life is my wife. So who did we cast to play my wife in this film? But none other than my wife, Reve. And maybe the greatest moment of my life was that day that I finally got to be the hero. I knew at that moment I'm the hero in a major motion picture. And I get to I finally get to kiss the woman in the end. And that woman was my wife, Reve. So I got to do it on my terms finally. And it took a long time to get here. Trust me, that's 30 plus years of being in this industry of figuring out how to get where I wanted to go. And now I'm there. And it's just an incredible feeling. And I'm so blessed and thank God every day for the opportunity to be where I am, who I am, and what I've achieved alongside my wife.